4-1 position. They've got Guinea, they got Sayles, and they've got Tech Deck that are going to try and lead that charge here, Bear. They do have a couple of matches that are still, left to be sussed out, get some results from them, but they're kind of in control of their own fate if they're able to win against the Wolfpack going into tonight.
No doubt about it. Sitting in that 4-1 mark, obviously you want your seed to be as high as possible, so don't feel like Southern Miss is going to come in here and be on cruise control. They are going to be hot kicking out the gate, and so is Arkansas State Black. I mean, this team is also rolling in with an opportunity to get themselves into the playoffs. Now, if they win, that's going to be give themselves a much better opportunity to make the playoffs. Meanwhile, they're in a very tough spot at that 3-3 mark. But Son of Neptune 1, Mr. Chims, and Balloon coming here, making up the trio. Need a big win here, especially against one of the best teams here in the Southeast B Challengers Division. It's going to be a tough one, but, I mean, they've been up for the challenge. It's not like they've been blown out consistently throughout this season. They have done big things, and I expect the same to happen here today.
This is a very young squad versus a somewhat seasoned squad. You have Southern Miss that they have a grad, a senior, a junior, and I think also another junior in this kind of capacity for the Golden Eagles. But for Arkansas State, they have a couple of freshmen that kind of make up the main composite, Son of Neptune being, I believe, that junior as well. I'm not quite sure what Mr. Chims is, but regardless, you're going to see if a seasoned experience here for Southern Miss will be able to win out. They are in the slightly better position to end out their season in a big way, secure maybe even that second or third position here in the Southeast B division and to fight for the top. Everyone looks at Montevallo. They're 7-0. That's not what's on the prize right now. Simply survival, ending out your season with a bang. We're going to go to game number 1.
Into this best of 5 here, you want to finish just as you started this season, which is on the right foot and getting things off quickly. But right now, you'll see Arkansas State Black with the first challenge here, but it's going to be defended away. So Southern Miss holding strong in the early stages. They're looking to kind of organize themselves. They looked off. Now Balloon going to challenge as well. They'll get the first one on the board. Arkansas State Black able to get up top.
Red Wolves just consistently hounding into the back line. Sayles getting boomed out, and then you have a last-second turn as Balloon simply just puts something of a threat, forcing the defense to have to commit, and it's going to be the slowness by which the Red Wolves will be able to punish. And I know that's just off the kickoff rip, but the Golden Eagles got to feel like they got to get away from some of this pressure, because that's what the Red Wolves want to have them under just on all night long if they can help it.
And if you've seen this team play over the course of the season, you know that they are capable of just taking the game by storm, really controlling from the get-go. In fact, you'll see examples develop as we go through this match, no doubt, of the 1-2-3 combination. This team is so good at it. There's a reason why they call it the gold team, HailMonkeyMan, after all. They are so fine-tuned as the course of the season has gone on that you love seeing it, and I expect nothing but that to continue here as well.
Yeah, for a lot of people that try to drive memes, gold may seem like an insult, but no, that is really still the top of the notch, and it's a podium placement, if you will. But it's also going to be a huge win here by Tech Deck as they're able to find at least a second 50. That's going to be a great setup. Oh, a swing and a miss by Guinea. Maybe trying to find at least a piece of it. That one could have tied us up at 1.
Play us backwards there. For a minute, looked very awkward. It'll be left here for Balloon to get an extra touch. Clay got a redemption chance, but unfortunately can't connect on that one either. And at this point, you realize he's got to really settle down right now. It seems like when you're just an inch off like this, well, it can come to haunt you, especially at this Challengers division. This is, even though it's the 3rd highest division in NECC, you'll still see big plays made, and you want to be the one to contribute to your team. Otherwise, you're going to be left in no man's land and see Southern Miss come at you. But right now, Arkansas State had that opportunity, but that one will be directed to the corner.
Still surviving on just that single goal here for the Wolfpack as Red Wolves just continue to look for chances to come out. Now, but here recently, this goal team out of Southern Miss, the Eagles have been able to really kind of pin in the Wolves, and Guinea waiting it out. That's a nice bump by Son of Neptune. That is going to be the most senior person kind of coming onto the squad, making sure that they can really take them out of the play. Southern Miss now waiting on this setup. That's going to be kind of a mishandled pass opportunity as we work our way to the midway mark here of game number 1. Bear, we've had some key moments where the Red Wolves have at least been able to get takeaways from the Golden Eagles. They haven't been able to build upon this lead, but the Eagles have not been able to get one either.
Yeah, I mean, you're holding strong defensively. That's where you want to start. your main focus, right? So the fact that you got the first goal on the board allows you to do so, and they've really been able to control the pace of play because of it. Southern Miss have had those opportunities, so it's not like it's just a low-hanging fruit here for Southern Miss. They're going to have to earn it here, even at this 4-1 mark against a team that's just trying to scrape by and get to the playoffs. But you got to credit Arkansas State Black for their hot start right now. They're really forcing the hands of Southern Miss, and it shows.
Oh, yeah. And this is also another great combination that does work for a clear. It's like just kind of working for some of these pinch positions. Clay is going to be right up underneath it. And look at the same rotation you're getting out of two of the Golden Eagles players. They're not separating. They're not maybe trusting in that they could just be able to win that position. And possession, Balloon had a free look. Guinea turns right around after losing it earlier. Clay trying to set up Son of Neptune, but recognizing that spacing wasn't going to be advantageous, they simply stick around. Balloon slowing it down. That is great mind in the face of adversity, and still the Golden Eagles looking for something to hit to the back of the net.
Yeah, that was the right time for Balloon to hesitate. Before, when he had that opportunity, that seemed like it was in the box pretty open. You would have liked to see them pick up the pace a little bit. Granted, it was an awkward position, but he did step up in the right time to at least fake out one and get Southern Miss. And eventually, it didn't do much in the moment, but it forced them back towards the defensive end, and that's why they're just now working back to the offensive side. And they played it loosely. This one heading back towards the net, but it will hit the post just wide there as Arkansas State Black. They're still putting shots on net regardless of Southern Miss and their need to get one on the board.
We haven't had a score since that opening one. I think it was like, 20 seconds into this game. And it's felt like this clock has still taken a long time to go down because it was so early in the competition. Balloon has been so sure-handed with much of these upfield plays. Clay with a big midfield boost takeaway, especially around Say Less. This is going to fall into no man's land. Again, he's going to rotate on back. But now the 1-2-3, it could have been easier, and yet they still make it look pretty stylish. Tech Deck finally ties us up.
And that's what I was talking about with the combination, the 1-2-3, right on cue. Sure enough, Tech Deck stepped up at the right time to crash the box, and he perfectly placed pass. Otherwise, that opportunity doesn't exist. Southern Miss cold. Yeah, it took them a while, but they found the exact right time, HailMonkeyMan, to equalize here with 20 seconds left.
Usually whenever I see elongated possessions, especially ones that we just have one goal lead, I think, oh, it's an inevitability that's going to happen. But the defense was looking really, really tall and able to be really strong. Now one extra, a bouncer will get found. Say less, saying more. Downfield, that has to be picked up by Clay. Looking to go to OT. It's going to bounce off left wall. Will Balloon be able to get there? They're going to let that one drop. That's a very wise decision. So now, suddenly, it's been a while. We had one of the first 20, one of the last 20. We're going to see if this one does the exact same here in overtime.
That was a dangerous play for Southern Miss. Tech Deck played it well to get it over the corner. Now has a chance in transition, although shot taken a little bit wide, and Arkansas State Black tries to settle it to the corner. But it was Guinea not going to be content enough to just leave it there. Instead, Say Less will jump on it too. Now, Son of Neptune, plenty of room to work with. He'll touch it past one, looking for the extra touch. It will fall back to Balloon, but it wasn't in a position where they were able to strike back on it. But Arkansas State back on it themselves. Shot taken, it's in. Balloon with the overtime winner in game one. Arkansas State Black march up to 1-0 in the series.
This was originally a setup that was presented by Son of Neptune. Clay made sure that Balloon's efforts sticking around for the strike play weren't put away. Team could get very tired for running around as fast as they gotta to be able to match up and make sure they are always on top of an eagle or two. Tech Deck! That's how you run away from them. Say Less sets them up.
There we go. Right off the bat, so much quicker to get into the groove here, and Say Less did not hesitate, and off this sidewally, perfect touch. Arkansas State Black defense, although they dove for it, not able to get it over in time because Southern Miss was on it from the kickoff. Didn't take long, HailMonkeyMan, 7 seconds in, and they'll have their first lead of the series.
You're not able to play more that man-on-man style if it's straight from the kickoff. That's a little bit more chaotic, especially. They're going to have one diving on. Guinea! Oh, the crossbar, giving them no favors. And Balloon wants to make sure that Say Less doesn't have an extra chance to look at it. Son of Neptune simply wants to extend this one upfield. Tech Deck ends up balling his own teammate, and that's going to become a fumble. In the other direction, Clay cleans it up. Inside the first 30 seconds, we're tied.
Perhaps some of that frustration coming through from game one where they weren't able to find much control, but that was just a pure lack of communication there. You had a double commit right on the ball for Southern Miss and allowed Arkansas State to just step up and say, all right, we'll take it. Very easily done. And 30 seconds in, just get it back. So any momentum from Southern Miss has been killed, but they're trying to get it right back. But Salas didn't quite have enough room on that short side post. So Arkansas State Black, even though a bit of a fumble there as well, they're able to get out unharmed.
You and I have seen a lot of games, especially that open up after going from a very defensive effort, a 1-1, a 2-1 OT, goes into a blitzkrieg of just nonstop offensive opportunities. Southern Miss feels like they left a few behind, especially because the Wolves were able to pick their pockets from behind. But even as they're tripping them up, they're now being able to move up and down this field very, very swiftly. Balloon, key handler, looking for Clay, trying to back pass it. It doesn't really gain a lot of lateral space. Son of Neptune going for it as well. And now it's a full race. Say Less has a free net, and that is again both sides just emptying their net and getting punished.
Yeah, like we said, Arkansas State Black didn't have a perfect game one, and it looks like game two kind of the same. They pushed up way too far, and Southern Miss, the way they're able to connect, like we've seen in the past, not only this game, but last game as well, you know that if you leave that door wide open, they can transition that quickly, get it back at you. And so I like the fact that the Eagles were able to get the lead back, because they only had a lead in the series for a short period of time, and you realize that their skill level was the one to enable them to step up and get the lead right back.
Say Less. Oh, actually, I don't know how he won that possession right there. Son of Neptune was keyed in on it the entire time, but you know, right now it's Southern Miss's time to try and maybe kind of find some stability. We've seen a lot of just what will happen off of going off of 50-50. Arkansas State came off the lesser end of one as they kind of kept everyone upfield, but they're now really getting frisky with it. Oh, look how quick they were trying to key up getting Tech Deck taken out. Now they move this one right upfield. A nice floor pinch ends up being off target, and yet they found so much extra territory to try and cage up these Wolves.
Tech Deck with some midfield presence here. Arkansas State Black, it took a minute to try to figure out who it was that wanted to commit to that one, and Southern Miss was able to jump on it, but Son of Neptune 1 now hangs in this play, but demoed off at the physicality from Southern Miss. Some free space. Oh, a pass, but a little bit too hot to handle by Guinea. It seemed like they were in the right position there, but just didn't seem ready for that pass.
No, not at all. And it was also one of those that was like a kind of a direct punch instead of a soft give into a zone to kind of lead them by the nose and like have them go forward to it. It was like, hey, take this. And it was like, oh, just not ready to take that hot hand. But Tech Deck, again, another nice lateral setup. They're forcing the Red Wolves to really kind of just go into this patternistic set on defense. A little bit of extra collateral here, though, as they're looking for at least a bump play. Balloon, more of a solo artist in kind, trying to get some of these big passes, but we're at less than 2 minutes to go, and everything's gone a bit more quiet on the offensive side as we look to get physical.
Yeah, they haven't been able to launch past half field here. You see Guinea again turns it back directly in for the Eagles, and Arkansas State Black now will try to get it past, but still the positioning of Southern Miss has been pretty drowning here. They haven't been able to find a way out. You see Tech Deck even challenging here, and Son of Neptune wanting to hold it in because they haven't had that pressure. Great job to at least play it into the box, but it'll be easily handled by Tech Deck. And although this will spring back across, and he wasn't able to touch it, but Say Less back on it here. Balloon able to transition back in. So finally Arkansas State Black is able to get past half field, but they have to execute, and we just haven't seen it yet.
There's been an awkward gap created on the Red Wolves half. They've really not been in a solid rotation. It's because of so many of these demos, and they're having to hyper-respect much of the possession play. Say Less finding more. Oh, boy. Balloon just has to literally pop that one to the sky and pray that no one was there to dunk on them, but then it becomes a move the other direction. Clay wins a touch, and it's going to be on target, but Say Less is in a great quarter of that net. They go downfield. Counterplay. Great pass. No connection. Not as hot as the previous one that we denoted before, but 40 seconds to go, and the Red Wolves are trying to get a bit hotter, but they're right on top of each other.
It's right in the playmaker's hands again. It'll be Say Less. This time, not looking for the pass. Going to try and challenge the back wall. I like that change of play, too, the switch up, but Clay able to get to this one. Now we'll try to find this read. Oh, almost had it as he looked down and was way above it, but wasn't able to find that angle. And with 20 seconds left, Arkansas State Black, they got to stick on it, but a big miss from Clay that allow the hands of Southern Miss to jump on it. Although they look like they gave possession away, that's a big clear with Tech Deck with 10 seconds left.
be able to punish them here in midfield. That's going to be Sayles getting rid of Balloon, their key striker. Clay looking, he's just trying to figure out whether he should be on Neptune 6 or just nearby. And in fact, it's going to go the other direction. Guinea, no pig, is going to be finding themselves with a Golden Eagle dub, and that will turn this one into a best of 3.
Yeah, Southern Miss didn't do anything crazy. You mentioned it. Off the big plays coming out of Balloon instead of Neptune as well. And finally you get Clay up and running here as right off the kickoff, 5 seconds in, just able to beat Tech there. So perhaps sparking Arkansas State Black to another run here, 1-0 right off the bat.
I mean, that is a very early, in fact, their earliest goal. And I feel like Clay is also that guy that's been trying to really get into playmaker position. Son of Neptune trying to make at least one into a 2 as swift as they can. And Guinea just has been a big bad bully, really looking for bodies to lay out and Red Wolves to put away. But that first one is still going to stick, and everything has now come to balance.
Settling in for sure, looking to maybe push the boundaries of what we've been able to see them accomplish here. Southern Miss, the Eagles were able to step forward in this one. An early goal, yes, but look out. The Eagles looking to press in. Although Clay gets up in a hurry and able to beat Guinea out to this one. Sayles with a quick turn, does beat one with it. Misreads the handle and want to be able to continue that. Although you don't look at the shot on net, so I like the fact that even when you miss that dribble, even when it seems like you're out of the play, you're not, you stick with it. And that's a great job from the defensive Southern Miss to step up as well to honor that effort on the other ends. And they're able to keep it out keep a 1-0 deficit at the time being.
Tech has been really systematic about making sure that they find some great positions. What a dink off the inside of that near side post. That one could have been detrimental, and yet so calculated to make sure it doesn't plink on through. Son of Neptune is going to try and slow things down. Guinea got a demo, which means this is free. That's exactly what Tech was calling up. Get that goal line open.
Yeah, and Tech was jumping in like he was about to let one rip, maybe even a little bit higher off the mark in case the defender was ready for it, and they were in position. But once he saw the demo come out, that's when he saw the adjustment to just put it on net, keep it simple, like they've been doing all series long. And equal at 1, we will be. But looking to change that. Clay and pinballs around. You take your bounce luck when it comes. Arkansas State Black back on top.
Oh, Guinea went for boost, didn't want to stick around to try and deal with that, and sometimes you need to be more lucky than good and just be in the right place, right time to see how things finish out. Clay finds a second one here in this game, and sometimes the Red Wolves just need to keep howling, and they just burn down against the Golden Eagles. That's a big demo, but it's going to be Son of Neptune to make sure to at least pressure this out. A dump to no one, that becomes a clear.
Tech will settle it for Sayles. They push directly back in, challenging the back wall, but up for it was Balloon, recognizing that nobody was guarding that back wall in the first place. You want to cut it up before it's there. It's in front. Sayles able to thread the needle here, and will equalize again with 3 minutes left.
Oh, man, you got to feel for Son of Neptune. He actually came off the sidewall. He kind of had to jump off that and then just was a little bit too far to the inside. What a putback shot. No one expects that. Bouncer or going where the defender was. So great ideas by Southern Miss, who honestly have been a bit more mechanically inclined and successful, but Arkansas State is simply outgutsing them. And with less than 3 minutes to go, this again is just down to a BO3. What a great flip reset, looking for anyone to come up and help him out, but Sayles is way far back.
Leave it to the Golden Eagles to take to the sky to get their most recent challenge here. Guinea on it as well. Sayles will jump to it, looking to get this extra touch, but by the time he went to the ground to try and get a touch on it, instead of Neptune already back out. Now looking to challenge Guinea, try to step forward. This one will bank off the corner. Clay was up in a hurry, but maybe a little bit too quickly as they weren't able to find the right angle. Although it will fall back down, challenging his Son of Neptune, staying up on the play, but a bit of misorganization here by the Red Wolves and allow Southern Miss to get out of the zone.
They need to not mishandle this. Tech is literally up in their business. They need to be a little bit more concerted about how they take that possession, especially in their own box. They have had Sayles, Guinea, and Tech all looking there. And again, oh my goodness, I am sweating. If I were a coach, I'd be like, all right, I mean, you haven't been scored on yet, but eventually that's going to get sussed out.
And now Guinea turns it back in. Balloon, although the touch, again, it's loose here in the box. Eventually, Son of Neptune 1 is able to get a across before any more damage had been done. But they are still not out, still looking for a way. But TechDeck continues to threaten. This one out in the box, the demo will leave it relatively free. Balloon gets to it here, and Clay up to the top of the box will carry out. That's only as far as you get demoed. Now Say Less was thinking about a pass here. In fact, we'll leave it for TechDeck, knowing you're at a boost. TechDeck has been that pressurer, so you might as well just leave it to him. But Arkansas State Black with a much-needed clear.
And they just keep bringing it back. It doesn't matter how far it gets cleared, Bear. It just goes to the midfield line, and Southern Miss just keeps rotating it forward. Finally, a 1-2 upfield, and they find blue grass. But it is a brief stay, a different color. It will change back to orange. Arkansas State, a bang that goes off the backboard. They might want that one back. TechDeck may get another chance. Say Less to Guinea, but what a steal by Balloon. They have to fight for territory. They barely have what they have in this back third.
Balloon is making great reads. Otherwise, you see the Golden Eagles pressing in. Another shot will be saved. Now another one challenged, and nobody able to get to it here. And Guinea will be credited with it. It wasn't a banger, but you take it. 33 seconds left, and the Golden Eagles up top.
It's the one they needed, that swooping in from left to right, finding the outside of the ball, and then just putting that underneath crossbar beyond the two defenders. What a placement shot. And it was nonstop. Oh, Son of Neptune looking straight from the rip. 30 seconds to go. Red Wolves aren't out of this game. And in fact, they nearly have one off the frame. Clay trying to go for a hat trick, but we got 20 to go.
Clay not able to connect on this one, and it really disorganized this defense again. And we'll get a couple of touches to at least beat one. Now you're looking for numbers, but TechDeck has been so good at just being a nuisance here at midfield and forward and beyond. Although that one will bounce. Balloon somehow gifted with one. Oh, it hit the ceiling, and Southern Miss just couldn't get the read, and suddenly we find ourselves equal with just 4 seconds left.
Oh, you gotta feel bad. Who was that screaming out? I think that was Say Less. And they're gonna be saying a whole lot more whenever they see him going by in the replay. It's a tough angle. 3 seconds to go. Tied at 3. That's a double commit. Where's Balloon? Need to get this away from that opportunity. Clay trying to at least get a chance, but that's instead just gonna go to our second overtime here for this best of 5.
And, you know, does luck kind of favor over effort? Because right now, Southern Miss, they've definitely got the effort edge over Arkansas State Black, and especially when it comes to the urgency. But right now, it doesn't matter. As long as it's just next goal wins, we'll head to match point. And now, Guinea wasn't able to connect. This is a fake here as Say Less will challenge the back wall. It was defended nicely as Son of Neptune able to get a few touches out. Now TechDeck left, needing a big touch, maybe a couple, as Clay's just waiting for it, but TechDeck not able to connect. Clay out back wall, it's free. Balloon, no, they shot a little bit high. The follow-up still there and available. Son of Neptune tries to challenge in. Now Clay on it, but Say Less with a big clear. In Arkansas State Black, they missed their opportunity there.
Oh no, the freshmen, they're going to be getting their lumps after that. They're trying to maybe get a pass over to Son of Neptune, looking to get at least some midfield boost. It becomes a bit of pinball, bit of wackiness, looking to at least get it back over to Clay, and that does squirt out. Clay is going to be in chase, midfield boost, and now maybe to the ceiling. They have their flip, they're going to leave it to Balloon! They're able to rectify their wrongs, come back, get a game 3 win. Now they're on match point.
Southern Miss had to get out there and challenge. The Golden Eagles were not ready for that one when you saw it roll up this side wall. Arkansas State Black, credit them for working. You know, overall, you think that experience would break through, especially in close games, and when on paper, they've had a very strong season and a reason to play this match to try and advance that seeding. But HailMonkeyMan, Arkansas State Black, they have something to play for as well, and it shows.
Season that Red Wolves don't want to die. The Golden Eagles want to secure their place in the top 2. They've met some very pesky canines that will be in front of them. TechDeck is kind of left wondering. Balloon has, when they needed him most, been a clutch artist. Clay to the backboard, rather to the sidewall, looking for anyone to step up, but that actually was just to give them an amount of space. Son of Neptune, they were a little bit quieter, but they're really trying to allow both these freshman players to really step up into big moments.
TechDeck was so big in collapsing on Arkansas State Black when they were on defensive woes. What a shot, but a bigger save. Balloon has been so large for Arkansas State Black in both the defensive and the offensive side. A big save to keep it equal at 0.
Balloon basically a blimp with how large they've been, and this is now patience on the Red Wolves, something that we've not seen in a while. This is going to come down to a razor-thin margin of difference, as you have a 0-0 for the first time in I think all 4 games in the opening minute. A little bit sloppy here and there. It eventually is going to start to go through as they find a defensive rotating demo onto Guinea. That's going to thin this out, become a 2v2. Clay is going to be told to rotate back as they really just kind of force a surrender out from the Golden Eagles. Balloon trying to dagger between 2, but now it becomes a 2v1 the other direction.
And now you see Sayles lingering there in midfield, but Tech very uncharacteristic, not able to get that touch. Very good at pressuring, but in that moment, when you have the numbers, those are those advantages that Southern Miss are leaving on the table. We said Arkansas State Black was guilty of it, but now they're guilty of rolling the other way. It's Balloon again. How many times are we going to call his name?
I mean, every single time that there needs to be a clutch play. Balloon just makes sure to put one on target. They fake out Guinea. No extra touch needed. It was already on target, and they simply guard it for the 50-50, but both players were playing for the reactionary touch, and not one came. So it was a freebie to the other side post. Red Wolves will strike, and this has been about who can really kind of pull out the defenders first, and the Golden Eagles right now, they got to find a way to move downfield. Soft strike just to keep them honest.
Oh, Tech got in the way of that clear here. Say less, could have pushed it forward. Tech maybe denying in really not feeling as confident in the positioning as it was in last game. And that's been very iffy for Southern Miss. They haven't really been able to reorganize from it. And you saw another miscue there, but Guinea, not able to get up to the ceiling there. Tech now leaves it here. Balloon with an opportunity. Although he pushes forward, it might be in the hands of Guinea, but a little bit too slow to get there and had a tough angle. Now Clay pressing and forcing the issue. Flip reset from Balloon, not able to use that one. It's back at the top of the box, but Clay will be vested. The double commit will work in this instance for Southern Miss, and almost got another touch directed on net. Sayles another shot, but a little bit off the mark.
They really kind of, I mean, they were able to get a double commit on that one, and then it finds so much space, but then otherwise they're not as just set up as they were before. Sayles and Tech being the key players to try and make that happen. Guinea balling everyone, and when he does, it takes on a 1v3 and absolutely vivisects the Wolfpack.
Oh, just the one chip, and then the patience. Look at the dribble around too, and the strength. You got it all. The mind, the body, the spirit, and my goodness, a solo effort for the ages, especially at this Challengers division, a crafty play. And now you'll see Southern Miss, they definitely want this with something to play for. This team is really connected and looking for another one as well. As they're passing, we're starting to see that kind of amp up a little bit, HailMonkeyMan.
I mean, that's what they need. This has been their bread and butter. That one nearly going over the head of Clay. They had just enough boost to go and meet it, but it's weird to see anxiousness out of Southern Miss. They've been so keyed up about being quick and technical. Say less. They've got an option over to their right, but it's going to be Balloon that at least comes up first. But now it's going to be Tech to make sure that this is still maintained. There is no midfield boost that was taken by Sayles already. So off of these longer passes, that's going to plink off to the sidewall. Sayles with a chance, giving it to Tech. Strike on target. Exactly how they drew it up. They take the lead.
No, this is classic. This team, Southern Miss, Sayles has been hooking up this team, and you've been waiting for somebody who's been able to catch those beautiful feeds and finish. And that was Tech so comfortable as he's always been within the box, pressuring Arkansas State Black. To see that combination come alive is got to be great for everybody who's a fan of Southern Miss, as now they're going for it again for an answer. Arkansas State Black, but it'll be shut down by Sayles.
I'm only seeing individual plays right now out of Arkansas State. Not exactly what a wolf pack does. It's made of more than one red wolf. Got to make sure they're all there, but they were hanging in the wings, seeing what elongated possession they could get working out of Son of Neptune. But if you are the Golden Eagles, simply bear down upon them. Make it tough to rotate forward. Clay finds a lot of open space. Tech mishandles it, but it does kind of roll out from that back brick space. Balloon just gonna boom it down, see what will happen off the sidewall. A chance. Clay, does Son of Neptune step up? Yes, they do. Strike is on, and we are tied once more.
Oh, the perfect answer. You need a passing play, you said? Well, Balloon got it to Clay, who chipped it high, and that was such a tough read for the defense off the corner, and Arkansas State Black does the rest. The Red Wolves right on it, right time, and now they're keeping their chance alive to close out in this series. They don't want to see any more of this 4-1 Southern Miss team. They want to close out. They want to now. And although they were able to strike back with some pressure, with just 20 seconds left, it'll be Southern Miss the other way. But a great shutdown again as this one will roll out to midfield. They're not done. Guinea Tech Deck now going to be pushed out of position. A chance for Arkansas State Black.
Oh.
It's all the way back to Salas. He'll push into the box. And now it's actually Guinea. Bumped off it, demoed off it. Now it's Southern Miss trying to transition back. 0-second opportunity still alive. Salas trying to challenge. This one we pushed down. Excellent play from the defense of Arkansas State Black. And we head to overtime yet again.
An elongated 0-second play brought to you by everyone's breath being held, as Arkansas State really felt like they weren't exactly playing for the kill shot there. They were playing to get to overtime, and it was the Golden Eagles really looking to shut things down in regulation. Clay with the send. Who's there? Oh, it's going to be Son of Neptune that just booms that the other direction. The freshman in Balloon stepping up, looking to win it past two. They in fact get it away from Guinea. Tech Deck makes sure to have those sure hands. Clay to anyone, but no one in the right position. Son of Neptune simply wants to keep this play going as they begin again from the back half.
Salas has such a good recognition of when you need to push forward. That was an opportunity that they put on net directly. Usually they're looking for the pass. They're looking for the feed. But that was a perfect time to try and challenge the back line of Arkansas State Black as the Red Wolves had pushed a little bit too far forward. They do again. But Salas, although the challenge was there, Balloon to shut them down again. Balloon has been the one keeping Arkansas State Black into this game specifically. Clay, the challenge just fought off by Tech Deck. Now the other way, Salas an opportunity, but two are able to get back in time for the Red Wolves.
Golden Eagles nearly getting caught out on some of these moments where they really had just a wide open gap, and Tech Deck making sure to be that defensive mastermind. Salas. Oh, no read! Oh, what travesty! Balloon puts it away. That one goes all the way up. It was a floater, and Salas just simply couldn't find the angle. Balloon shoves it through. That is a 3-1 series win for the Red Wolves. Oh, goodness, what a way to take it.
The Red Wolves knew we were on the line coming in, and they did play their hearts out. And even though Southern Miss Gold, they looked like the better team in some instances.